Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto. In today's episode, we're going to be running through some news stories that's been popping up, an interesting chart that I've found that I'm looking at, that I'm keeping a close eye on, and as always, we're going to run through the prices, how things are looking in the market right now. So, without further ado, let's jump straight in. First of all, what is the prices? How is the market getting on? Bitcoin currently right now, at the time of recording this video, it's just dipped slightly below 64. It's fluctuating between 63.9 and 64 as we speak. Ethereum $2,745, BNB $566, Solana $161, XRP 59 cents, Dogecoin 10 cents, Tron 16 cents, and Toncoin down a whopping 16% this week because of news that I'm going to cover in this video. Currently sits at $5.64. So, first of all, Bitcoin. How is Bitcoin getting on? It's been looking really strong over the past week. There's been a lot of short liquidations over the past week, prices continuing to surge upwards, and that is in August, which is unlikely. You don't really tend to see that much, but yeah, Bitcoin has been performing okay over the last week, currently up to $64,000. But one of the big ones that we've seen this week, one of the main falls this week, was Toncoin. So here we see here, Toncoin was up at $6.80 and it crashed all the way down to $5.20. Now, the reason this coin crashed was because the Telegram owner and developer was jailed. He was jailed when he stopped by France. I'm going to cover it in full detail in a minute. But yeah, this is the reason why the price of Ton dropped significantly, because the developer was jailed, which we tend to see a lot in crypto. As soon as something happens politically, the crypto coin will drop as well. In fact, let me see if I can get this up here. So here is a coin, Daddy Tate, which is Andrew Tate's coin. And when did he get arrested? He got arrested recently and the price of that crashed. I can't find it on the chart here, but it did happen. Maybe it was here. So the price was 7 cents and went all the way down to 5 cents. So similar, really similar percentage drawdowns to Toncoin. Now, basically what happens in that is people start to front run. I mention this quite often. People start to front run the prices falling. So they hear the news that, right, one of these crypto project people has been jailed. That means that people are going to panic and sell their crypto. So I'm going to do it first and I'm going to sell it first. So yeah, people rush to sell the asset in the fear that other people are going to rush to sell the asset, and it causes, just panic, and it causes the price to crash. But both of those cryptos have since recovered that crash. So yeah, I suppose there's a lesson in there that on the crash that happens when someone gets arrested or whatever negative news you get. It's the same thing happened with BNB when CZ was jailed, and then prices go higher than it was after the crash. So yeah, all of these crashes do get bought back up again, but in that moment people panic, people sell. That is panic selling 101. And yes, let's move on. So before we get into the news for today, I wanted to show you a chart that I'm very interested in. I've been looking at closely, and I do share this chart regularly on the channel, and it is played out beautifully so far. So here we have the DXY, which is the US dollar currency index, and yeah, as we've seen here, this trend was broken, and the target was this range here, 100, 101, and we've surpassed it, and we've hit it earlier than expected. So yeah, we've seen the crash down to this level, that isn't the main part that we need, unfortunately. It's a good start. It's a really good start. But what we need to see is a crash from here. So as you see here, if we pump up, if the DXY pumps up, crypto market will bleed hard. If we drop from here, crypto will literally moon. So as we can see here, if I scroll along, the last time that we crashed from this level was a crypto bull run. So the green box is the 2020 to 2021 crypto bull run. What was happening within that bull run, we were crashing. The DXY was crashing. That was within that bull run. And then if we go to the last time that we crashed from that level, what was that? Again, it was a crypto bull run. So yeah, anytime that we crash below this level, crypto and the stock market is in a bull run. So this is exciting to see. Exciting to see that we're almost at the crashing phase. The only thing I would say though is that, yeah, you could say there's a support level down here, possibly. So yeah, we could see, maybe could see a, let me just draw on here. We could see a bounce up here and then back down again. But yeah, that is what I'm watching for. So I will delete these that I've shared before, and then this can be up next. Let's see if we get a bounce. But what we really want to see is this absolutely crashing to oblivion, and then in the process of crashing to oblivion, crypto's going to go to the moon. That is just how it works. That's how, yeah, as we can see, all the previous times we crashed from that level, crypto bull runs. In fact, let me draw that on right now. So, in fact, I'll draw it on for the next time. And then as we can see with when it pumped from that level, what happened when it pumped from that level, that was the brutal bear market of 2022. So when the DXY pumps from this level, it is terribly bad for cryptocurrency and the stock market. This was a bear market of all markets here. So what we want to see is a massive crash from there. But that is the chart that I wanted to show you. Let's jump into the first news story. So the first news story is Telegram says it's compliant with EU Digital Services Act after the founder, Pavel, was arrested. So the company says its CEO has nothing to hide as Toncoin losses subside. So Telegram said in a statement it is compliant, and the platform says it's always looking to work to improve its content moderation practices. So the messaging app Telegram has said that it's fully compliant. Again, I mention this on every Coffee and Crypto. News articles just repeat themselves continually, so I apologise on behalf of the news websites. I'm just reading what it says, but yeah, it does constantly repeat itself. So Telegram abides by EU laws, including the Digital Services Act. The statement comes a day after the CEO was arrested at a French airport by local authorities. Durov's arrest comes as a result of a criminal complaint focused on the platform's moderation practices, with the French law enforcement deems to be insufficient. So yeah, the French, when we say it's the French, it's the, yeah, I think we all know who it is that's behind these things. We've seen TikTok being banned. Telegram is in the process of being banned. X will be banned next, unfortunately, which is Twitter. That will be banned as well. Or Elon will be jailed or assassinated, whatever it is. Yeah, those are up next. But currently, right now, Telegram is under attack because, yeah, he promotes freedom of speech. So, while the formal charge sheet is yet to be published by prosecutors, early media reports indicate the prosecution are assigning culpability to Durov and Telegram for criminal acts that were organised and published on Telegram. So it is absurd to claim that a platform or its owners are responsible for the abuse of the platform, Telegram says in a statement. Yeah, so basically the excuse for France jailing the Telegram CEO is that illegal things happen on Telegram. So drug stuff happens on Telegram, or I don't know what else, terrorism, whatever it is they say occurs on the platform. So that is the Telegram CEO's fault, essentially, and they want to put him in jail for 20 years for that, for other people using his platform for illicit reasons. So after the news appeared in the media about the detention of Durov, we immediately requested clarification from the French authorities regarding the reasons and demanded protection of his rights and the provision of consular access. As of today, the French side has so far avoided cooperation on the issue, of course, and the Russian embassy in France said in a statement. In its statement, Telegram linked to a March 2024 post which predicted that the company would face some sort of challenge in its growth because of moderation practices. All large social media apps are easy targets for criticism due to the content they host. I can't recall any major social media platform whose moderation has been consistently praised by traditional media, he wrote at the time. The media coverage of Meta's moderation efforts have been particularly negative for most of its history. Interestingly enough, Meta was also the first social media company to reach the $1 trillion plus valuation. He continued, Telegram will likely have to go through similar growth stages before it surpasses legacy platforms. Many in the crypto community have expressed support for Durov, with Tron's Justin Sun offering to donate $1 million to a decentralized organisation dedicated to working towards his release. If it's created in a decentralised way, the community will support it. And meanwhile, Toncoin has slowed its losses and is down 2% on the day. So yeah, basically the CEO of Telegram has been jailed because, in fact, he did say he did a podcast, the CEO, done a podcast with Tucker last month, and basically he was saying that he was approached by the CIA and they said, look, we need access to Telegram, we need a back door to read people's messages, and he said, no, that's not how it works, it's a private platform, we don't give out people's private information, sorry, no. Fast forward a month and he's put in prison and looking up to 20 years. So yeah, that is disappointing. Another crazy thing in today's crazy world. So yeah, that caused the price of Ton to drop. But since then, it's recovered. And then next we've got the Rumble boss is departed from Europe after the Telegram CEO arrest. So Rumble is another one on the list that will be basically taken down by should we call them the mafia? They get called the Matrix a lot, but let's call them the mafia because that's kind of what they are. So Rumble founder says he's deported Europe after French police arrest the Telegram CEO. So the founder and the CEO of Rumble, which is a YouTube alternative, and it bills itself to immune to cancel culture. So yeah, Rumble, for anyone who doesn't know, is another version of YouTube that doesn't do censoring. So when the pandemic was happening, YouTube censored anyone that said anything against the pandemic. Rumble didn't. You can say what you please on Rumble. So yeah, he posted on X, I'm a little late to this, but for good reason, I've safely departed Europe. France has threatened Rumble, and now they've crossed a red line by arresting Telegram CEO, reportedly for not censoring speech. Rumble will not stand for this behaviour and will use every legal means available to fight for freedom of expression, a universal human right. We are currently fighting in the courts of France, and we hope Pavel's immediate release. So yeah, that's another one. The Rumble CEOs had to flee Europe because of their crazy rules and crazy laws. So yeah, it's crazy times that we're living in right now. Next up, Bitcoin's ETF log $250 million net inflows, the highest since July, after a rate cut signal at the Jackson Hole. So trading volumes for the 11 ETFs crossed 3 billion to mark the highest level since July 19th. Data shows BlackRock's led trading activity and inflows at 1.2 billion and 83 million respectively. So yeah, the US listed spot ETF saw significant activity with over $250 million in inflows and trading volumes exceeded 3 billion. Again, repeating itself. So Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chair, he hints at loosening monetary policy at the Jackson Hole, which led to a surge in the price of Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market, with expectations set for a potential rate cut at the next Fed meeting on September 17th. So we don't have a long to wait till then. Will the market, here is a bit of a prediction. So my expectations are set way in the future for October before I see any price action. But basically, September 17th is the next Fed meeting where, Jerome Powell is probably going to say or announce rate cuts. So what that could mean is that when we get that confirmation of rate cuts, then the market pumps. But a prediction that could happen is that we start to front run that news, because everybody knows that the rate cuts are coming. Everyone knows that. So usually that stuff is priced itself in weeks in advance. So does that mean that we are in for a few nice weeks ahead of September 17th with the rate cut news being priced in? It could do. But anyway, back to the story. The US spot BTC ETFs recorded, again, the same. It literally repeats itself. It's crazy. It's annoying for me because I need to read it, but it literally repeats itself over and over and over again just to fill out the article. Rather than just putting the information in the article and that's it, it has to constantly repeat itself every paragraph to make the article longer, to fit in more ads. But I don't get ads because I use Brave browser, so usually there'll be an ad here, but we don't get it because I'm on Brave. So again, I need to apologise on behalf of the news companies for that terrible reporting. So I'm not going to read that because I've just read the same thing. So Fidelity's ETF was next with $64 million in inflows, Bitwise with $42 million in inflows to cross the $2 billion asset under management mark for the first time, which is pretty impressive. And then Grayscale's product was the only one showing net outflows of $35 million. So as I mentioned on the channel a lot, the reason Grayscale shows outflows, which is money leaving the Grayscale ETF, is because their rate, their fee for the ETF is way higher, double or treble the price of other ETFs. So anyone who has held a Grayscale ETF, they can get it for half the price elsewhere. So basically that money outflows that ETF because it's too expensive and inflows into other cost-effective ETFs. So you'll always tend to see outflows from Grayscale because it's so expensive. And then as we go down, Federal Reserve Chair Powell confirmed signs that public agency is set to loosen monetary policy at the Jackson Hole Synopsis on Friday, with Bitcoin rallying above 64k afterwards. Powell said that the time has come for policy to adjust and the direction of travel is clear, and the timing and the pace of rate cuts will depend on the incoming data, the evolving outlook and the balance of risks. And then crypto traders widely expect the Fed to deliver its first rate cut at the next policy meeting scheduled on September 17th, which I think, we could see a bit of pricing in before then, as everyone is certain that it's going to happen anyway. So these things tend to get priced in before they are announced. And then tighter monetary policies typically dampen risk appetite in financial markets, while lower rates increase the allure of asset classes such as crypto, as investors have cheaper access to capital pools. So people can borrow money at a cheap rate, and then when they borrow that money, they can invest it. So yes, that is that. Next up, we have the singularity, how AI could become the final boss whale of cryptocurrency. So, everyone from Elon Musk to the CEO of Google DeepMind has predicted that AI will surpass human intelligence within a matter of decades. This scenario is often referred to as the AI singularity. Big tech, academia, and governments around the world have started workshopping potential scenarios to prepare for this hypothetical moment. While much has been written about the threat of a violent AI takeover, little research exists concerning how a machine could corner every corner of the global economy. So, a futurist and a former Google researcher considered a luminary in the technology field recently published a book entitled The Singularity is Nearer When We Merge with AI. And in the book, he discusses what he views as an imminent future as the second smartest beings on Earth. That's interesting. Will it be the second smartest beings? Is AI a being? Is AI not a computer? Or is that classed as a being? I don't know. But he has a slightly different definition of the singularity than the general scientific community does. Outside of his view, the singularity, as mentioned above, is merely an inflection point when AI becomes better at reasoning than humans does. And as we see now, AI is still miles off that currently. It's good, AI is good, but yeah, some of the things is way behind. I think AI is a big hype now. It will definitely get better. It will get so much better. But right now, if you ever do any kind of tests on AI to try and catch it out, the human wins every time. But yeah, in the future, it will get better. So, according to this researcher, we'll reach this point somewhere around 2029 when AI intelligence is finally invented. So, artificial general intelligence, by this definition, would be any machine capable of performing tasks that an average human can perform given the proper resources. But according to Kurzweil, the singularity will occur in the 2040s when humans and AI merge to become a super being. The futurist says that this will lead to drastically longer lifespans, an end to disease, and ultimate human utopia. So that's good that he's got a positive outlook on it. That is all fine if the AI is controlled by the good population of humans. Currently, right now, we are being controlled and governed by the evil humans, as we're seeing with all of the kind of, I don't need to say, I think everyone knows what's going on in the world right now. So this futurist is looking at the positive side, which is good. Hopefully we can kind of defeat the evil before the 2040s. But this article focuses on the general interpretation of AI, a hypothetical point. Again, repeating the same thing, so apologies. The final boss whale of AI. Technologically speaking, however, there's nothing stopping a super intelligent 24-hour-a-day trader capable of executing millions of transactions simultaneously across every accessible digital asset and blockchain from dominating the entire cryptocurrency market. While humans are distracted with things like sleeping, using the toilet, super intelligent AI could be flooding crypto, NFT, Web3, online gambling worlds with millions of bots running coordinated, math-based earning schemes. So it is infeasible to predict whether AI could successfully exploit every network. But based on how massive whale transactions have resulted in hundreds of millions of dollars of fluctuations in the past, it's likely that super intelligence machines could amass high value treasury of digital assets in a short period of time. if we only account for the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap and assume the AI would use a reactionary trading strategy across as many networks as possible, the upper limit on the machine's wallet could reach as high as $2 trillion as the market stands on the 25th of August. So without having to rob a single bank or even steal from anyone, this AI would hypothetically have enough capital to turn its attention to the global stock market. That is a bit of a crazy article. It's possible. It makes sense. The one that I've been seeing for the past kind of 5 years in crypto is so can quantum computers hack Bitcoin, or can quantum computers mine all the Bitcoin? And yeah, that is just something it's been shared for years. Quantum computers is going to take over everything, and this is just a kind of similar aspect to that of AI. The AI is going to basically become the best crypto trader known to man. So yeah, it's possible. It is possible, but yeah, I think the best thing to do is just focus on ourselves. AI taking over the world, or quantum computers taking over Bitcoin, or hacking Bitcoin. I think we need to just kind of concentrate on the here and now. And the here and now, AI might be amazing in the future, but right now, yeah, a human can, you can catch out AI in 5 seconds. You can ask it a question and you can trick AI. So yeah, it's still a bit off. And this futurist here says he's looking at 2040 before it is fully kind of taken over. But the way crypto is going right now, in the West specifically, is everything's KYC. They need to know all your details. So yeah, maybe they just won't let AI bots trade. I don't know. That was just a kind of one I wanted to put in there. And yeah, get your mental juices flowing with some crazy future thoughts. And then next up we have Genso, which is, let me open this. So yeah, Genso posted the rebirth plans aims to address major issues to improve the ROND balance and user experience. So for anyone who doesn't know, we are invested in this project, which is MV, Genso MV and ROND. So just wanted to do an update on it. So they plan to address major issues to the ROND balance and user experience. Following extensive testing, players and holders will have the opportunity to influence the changes, which are set to take effect towards the end of September. And then, yeah, since that post, which was the 5th of August, which was, 21 days ago, ROND has been performing pretty well. Pretty well. So the results are in less than a month after we announced the Genso rebirth plan and improvements to the ROND utility. Yeah, it's up over 100%. I think one of the days it was up over 200% on the day, which is cool. We're seeing some buy volume, and yeah, that is the reason why we invest in MV. They're constantly building, looking for improvements. For anyone who doesn't know, it's a game that is popular in Asia. It's a Japanese game. I don't play these games. I'm just a investor in this project. But yeah, that's the reason why we invest in projects that have a good team, good builders, because yeah, they continue to build when the market is down. So yeah, as they said in the post, excited for Q4, and yeah, I'm excited for Q4 as well. But that is all for me today. I may be back on Wednesday for another episode of Coffee and Crypto. Thanks very much everyone for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.